Let me keep this straight and simple. So, I wasn't a big fan of the first half. Just, just because of the simple fact the first half didn't seem really like something that I would have enjoyed. Like, just didn't seem enjoyable to me. It was quite boring. The first half, that is. But second half was pretty good. So what basically the first half was basically Genji, this kid. He's basically breaking the sign and everything, and all these stuff happening to him, and he doesn't believe in ghosts and everything. Yeah, the first half just seemed pretty vague to me. It wasn't something that got my interest or something that was like, yo, that's eye catching. Except for the fight scene, like, except for the action, like that was the only moment I was captivated in first half. I was the first half was just, yeah, it's just there to be there. So the first case with Kenji pretty much was quite boring for me. I would pretty much say. Now, some of you guys might enjoy it. Some of you guys might feel the same. Um, I don't know. I just didn't like the first half with whole all these stuff happening and Genji not believing in ghosts and everything. Just not, didn't feel like my type of thing to happen in this this third anime, which was pretty dark in the first half, first episode. So, the second half now. In the second half, it was pretty well executed, I'll say, because of the way it was. And I would give the second half more credits than the previous episode because it did feel like the second half was pretty well developed, and the previous episode, even after 20 minutes, it didn't feel like the characters were well developed in the previous episode. Yes, it was still a good episode, but still, it didn't feel like the characters were developed. But in just like 10 minutes, the characters, the photographer girl, Nana, uh, and her father, their relationship was pretty well developed with everything like just in few minutes I actually felt like this was more well developed. Like it felt like it was well done than the previous episode. So I will give credits to the second half and what they did with Nana, and how they also explained if magical law is basically used against wrongfully, if the magical law is basically used wrongfully, basically if you're accusing the victim of uh or you're accusing the criminal, you're accusing the ghost, you're accusing the supernatural being of a wrongdoing that isn't their crime, that means that you will be that'll backfire on you basically. Basically, it'll attack you instead of attacking the victim, and that's a pretty cool concept, I'll say. But will it be used ever again? Because you know, anime tend to do this, and this is what I what one of the things that I don't like about anime, because they tend to explain a lot of things, and then in the end they forget their own explanation, and I hope they don't forget this explanation they've given, because this is quite a vital piece of information if you think about it, like it backfiring, a crime, a magical law backfiring at you just because you chose the wrong crime. Now that's one hell of a thing. Great, great. Also, we come to the crossing the sticks as basically minor crimes. So basically, uh, he, mm, he basically atoning for sins and then going to heaven. That's basically how it is. So yeah, all with all these stuff happening, I felt like the second half was well developed. I think so. Overall, the second half was much better than the previous episode. Now, that's just my thinking. You guys can think differently, and you guys can have a different opinion on it. But that's basically what I personally think about the second half of the series, like the second half of the second episode of the series. So yeah, let me know what you think about this episode of this long name that I don't know about, because damn, that name is long, and I don't want to take that long name like really real long. So yeah, let me know what you think about the second episode of the series, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, peace.